Audiovisual materials. These are the most complete resources for teachers due to their availability and versatility. The first picture on the left shows the use of audio materials in teaching. The teacher used the LED projector to discuss and teach her students, while in the second picture on the right, audiovisual materials are used in teaching, especially in teaching ICT. Audio materials. These are tools to convey information through sound. The first picture shows the use of audio materials such as headphones and microphones in order to discuss information in online class. And on the second picture, it shows the use of audio materials in speech laboratory. Visual materials. These are tools to convey information through sight. Some examples of visual materials are graphs and charts. Teachers use visual materials in order to achieve an effective and efficient learning. Audio-visual material. This is a combination of both sight and sound to convey information. Common example of audiovisual materials used in teaching are laptops, speaker, LED projector, monitor, and headphones. Audio. It refers to sounds reproduced by a computer or any other device able to play it. The most common devices used to produce audio are cell phones and headphones. Next is video. It is an electronic medium for recording, copying, and broadcasting of moving visual images. The first picture shows that video is used in teaching, especially in nursery students. It helps the students to improve their listening skills and observation in order to create a feedback on the video they watch. Audiovisual materials are very helpful in teaching, specifically in music, literature, science, documentation activities, and language. This makes the learning processes more interesting and effective. Audiovisual material also help motivate interpretation and make use of sketches and broadcast. Through the use of audiovisual materials, teacher will be able to present the lesson effectively, and students will learn and retain the concept better and for longer duration. Furthermore, the use of audiovisual materials improves students' critical and analytical thinking. Under audio are recordings and radio broadcast. Recordings may come in cassettes or CDs, while radio broadcasts are transmission of radio programs that can be live or taped. Visual media. These are sources of information in the form of visual representations such as graphs, tables, and illustrations like pie chart, and project this through PowerPoint presentation. Bulletin board. It is a visual material which display information on board. It includes meeting announcement and parent news to curriculum overviews, and most especially are displays of students' work. It helps learners to make connections across units and subject matter. It also provides opportunities to connect learning experiences across classrooms or time. Poster. It is a form of displaying information using text and pictures. It provides an opportunity to pair visual learning with textbook reading, lecture, and traditional homework assignments. As such, posters are often created by students to visually display a significant course project, developing research, or a particular perspectives for class to consider. Motion picture videos. These are videos of sound mixed with motion images. It lends excitement to a topic because of their dynamic character. It also holds the interest and the attention of children because of the movement on the screen. Films. These are large sequences of animated scenes and sounds. Film showing have been used by teachers as technique in teaching. For example, the teacher let his students to watch a certain film, and after that, the students will make a reaction paper on what they have understood in the watch film. First is, images should be as small as possible. Example in the picture, the teacher is discussing topic about microscope and its parts. The size of the image she presents is very appropriate and clear to the sight of her students. Check copyright. Teachers should check copyright on the videos they download in order to give credit to the work of the author or to the video maker. Images should be in MP4 format, a size of 640 x 400 and 500 kbps for speed. In presenting images, teachers should follow the image format because it will help the students to clearly see the picture, and with that, effective learning will be achieved. Provide transcripts for audio and video files. Last guideline is save audio files in mono format. With mono, all audio is sent through one channel for playback. For example, if you are listening to mono audio, you will notice that whenever you hear it in your right earbud, you will hear it in the left earbud. Audiovisual materials stimulate interest and emphasize. Example in the picture, the teacher uses LED projector in discussing. In his presentation, the image is very attractive, which stimulate the interest of the students to participate in his discussion. Next is promote efficiency. In the picture, the teacher used projector in order to efficiently deliver the topic to her students. As a result, students will be able to understand the topic because of the effective teaching practiced by the teacher. The last is clarify subject matter topics. It is very important to clarify subject matter in order to ensure that the listener's understanding of what the speaker has said is correct and reducing misunderstanding. First, it provides diverse teaching techniques for learning. Teaching diversity prepares students to be globally citizens by exposing them to the people from different cultures and social groups. Having teachers and staff members of diverse backgrounds affirms students' cultural identities and enhances the learning environment. Next is simplify and clarify complex topics. Audiovisual materials help create an effective learning by making discussions easy to understand by the students. Next is allow students to learn at their pace. Audiovisual materials help the students to learn at their own by applying their capabilities and exploring in order to gain knowledge. Last is reduce the quantity of asked questions. Through audiovisual materials, only few students will ask clarification because audiovisual materials help create effective learning in which students' participation and level of understanding are more higher than using traditional media. First, it requires correct use. Since audiovisual materials are devices, teachers must know how to operate this. But there are some teachers find difficulty in using audiovisual materials because some are new to them and they have no idea on how to operate them. Next is, not all concepts can be taught. For example, teaching mathematical equation. In solving, audio material has no use because equation requires clear solutions and this need to be written on the board. Next is, good pronunciation is needed. Example, when you are using audio recordings in teaching, proper pronunciation of the words must be applied in order for the listener to understand the topic you have spoken. Next is difficult to understand for children. For example, the teacher is discussing how to plot coordinates in the Cartesian plane using LED projector. However, students find difficulty in understanding because the process is not provided. Only the whole or the final illustration was given. Good internet speed and proper equipment are required. Internet connection had become hindrance to our learning nowadays since Philippines has no good internet connection and the government have lacked support for providing equipment to schools. Ways to use audio to support learning. Unit podcast. These are weekly updates of teaching material and current situations, live online discussions between 2 or more people. Unlike the traditional strategies, podcasting gives way to new strategies like guest lectures, interviews, and video demonstrations. It encourages students to develop their own podcast, improve their listening skills, and enhance learning by targeting each child's interest. Interviews with subject matter experts. This can be used as core support for learning. Student-generated recordings used as part of a learner activity or to record evidence. Recordings of public lectures. Those can be repurposed and used for different contexts and subjects. A lecture recording provides an audio and visual record which students can repeat as many times as they need. Any part of a lecture can be found easily and played back. It also means an electronic version of the lecture is stored, so it is not a problem if handwritten notes are lost. Ways to use audio to support learning. To demonstrate experiments, for example, sodium solution plus the periodic table. Using the video, students can see how an experiment was done, including the materials and the procedures. With that, they were able to demonstrate the whole experiments by their own. To demonstrate time passage, for example, awesome slinky slow-mo. To demonstrate decision-making processes, for example, decision-making in business establishment. To summarize, illustrate performances and music, and show practical activities. Videos increase students' engagement, which in turn helps boost achievement. However, videos are also beneficial to teachers who teach in traditional classroom settings. Digital videos facilitate remote learning opportunities so that teachers can reach students from all over the world. First step is planning. It is the preparation stage, in which it is the most critical aspect of producing. It requires a purpose why and brainstorming how.
Second is the production. The shooting or recording stage is what most people consider the production phase of an audio or video project. The last step is the publishing. It is the final part of producing audio or video for educational purposes and is often referred to as post-production. First is to create. In creating video, you need to come up with a concept, write a script, perform pre-production planning, and lastly is shoot the video. The second step is to edit. You can use different video editors such as KineMaster and Filmora. Video editing includes trimming, adding transitions, titles, effects, and mixing of audios. The last is to publish. Use the web accessing to YouTube, Vimeo, or SlideShare. But the most popular app to upload video is YouTube, so you better upload your videos in YouTube so that many people can view your work.